All right, I'll start her up.
Okay.
You're good to go.
Okay, thank you. Welcome everybody to the Public Works Committee meeting of April 26th, 2022. It's close to 2:30 and attending today's meeting are myself, Randy Allison, Vince Palizzi, both from council. Excuse me. Our chairperson, Bonnie Katz, is absent today, so it'll just be the two of us. From the administration, we have present department head of codes, Joe Girardi, Skip Memme from our city development, community development, and Scott Livermore from Streets and Parks, Joe Pavlak, our interim finance director, John Sander, our city engineer, and Janice Frank, our city clerk. And so, gentlemen, let's get to our agenda. Item 1 is an ordinance 1713 International Property Maintenance Code, first reading. And Mr. Girardi, would you care to address
Yes,
that?
I did forward this to our attorney, Mr. Austin. And what I did here was every year, last year, if you remember, we adopted the International Property Maintenance Code, all the IBC codes, 2015 and so forth. And then when we do that, that all gets submitted to the organization that puts together a codified ordinance, gets sent to us back in the disc form. Well, after reviewing it and going to the magistrates, we found out that the stuff that was already in the property maintenance code was not forwarded to the new revision and then adopted in the new section. So all I'm doing here is adding 3 things that were originally adopted by the committee here a few years ago, and the things that we did last year all into one ordinance and forwarding on. The items that they forgot were section 101.1 title, which is the insert city of Williamsport. And then section 103.5 fees. And then the most important one was section 106.4 violation and penalties. We had no penalties in there. And we found this out with the new magistrate when we went to court. When it came to the sentencing phase, he couldn't sentence them because the 200 to 2,000 was not in there. Okay, that's how we found out about it. So I quickly put this all back together as one. This will be forwarded on to hopefully council for first reading and approval. And again, I did not change anything. It's exactly what was written in both of the ordinances combined. It just never got combined and forwarded to the new section. And I got any questions or anything, I'm more than happy to try to answer.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Interesting how that came up, but better that it's getting done.
Right.
Vince,
And one thing I got to tell the department heads too is make sure when they get them in, they read over them, because again, this was something that we didn't catch right away. Yeah. And we're kind of a little bit embarrassed in court when he went to sentence him a fine and there was no fine to sentence.
Well, that had a gun but no bullets.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Well, they tell you failure's the best teacher, so
exactly.
It won't happen again. Randy, no, I have no questions.
Yeah, it's pretty much just complying with the international code. So I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to pass this on to the full body of council with a positive recommendation.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, thank you. And I guess I'll see everybody Thursday night.
Okay, thanks a lot, Joe.
Thank you.
See you, Joe.
Yep.
We'll go to item 2, a resolution awarding the construction contractor for the Shaw Park splash pad, and we're awarding it to LandServ. Mr. Sander.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. Like Mr. Allison mentioned, this would be awarding the construction contract for the Shaw Park splash pad to LandServ for $328,800. That's $328,800. LandServ has teamed up with Aqua Underground, and they are a Vortex certified installer. If you recall, we already are under contract with Vortex for approximately $206,000 in parts. They are a certified Vortex installer, and they've done a few dozen splash pads around the U.S. Most recently, one over near to Pittsburgh, actually.
Mhm.
This was all reviewed by the solicitor and also reviewed by the ARPA compliance folks. The way construction-wise, Land Service is looking to excavate themselves, then have Aqua Underground come in, install all the elements, the water feature elements, and the filtration system, and then Land Service would top it off literally with actually it's 10 inches of sub base and the 6-inch reinforced concrete slab over the entire pad. That's about all I got. Let me know if there's any questions. Actually, I want to mention 2 more things. This contract does include all applicable electric connections and plumbing to get fresh water and wastewater to and from the splash pad.
Okay, great. Thanks, John.
Yes, sir.
Lynn, do you have any questions or?
No, reviewing this, reviewing this resolution, it looks like everything's pretty much set. I was just double checking to verify that the contractor has adequate, insurance coverage and whatnot to make sure, God forbid, something unfortunate happens. And I was reviewing that, and it looks like everything's good to go.
Okay,
I will
Thank you.
add that I did send the entire solicitation to Council President Yoder for his review as well.
right.
So, yep.
So, John, you said this is 328,000 and Land Service, or
They were
not
both-
Land Serv.
Yeah, Land Service low bidder for 328,800. They are subcontracting out the install of the splash for the
Right.
Vortex products to a Vortex certified installer by the name of Aqua Underground. They're out of Georgia, I believe.
And you said that was 206,000.
No, about a month or 2 ago, when we went under contract with Vortex, we were under contract to purchase their parts, which they've already started shipping some of the
Mhm.
and concrete anchors, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's all I had a question about. So I'll entertain a motion on this.
Make a motion to forward this on to the full body of council with a positive recommendation.
Okay, then I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The motion passes. Thank you. John, while you're here, could I just ask you about the memorial pool? Is that everything on track?
I think so, but I think Mr. Livermore might be able to answer that better than myself.
Okay.
I know it's
All right.
still on.
Find my buttons here.
What-
Yeah, so we are on track, I guess, as track as we can get. One of the crews that we are waiting on was in Montana last week, putting in a gutter system. So they'll come in, put the gutter in, and then the liner crew will come in after that. They were waiting on this 1-foot snowstorm that they had to work with. I
Yeah,
kind of told them to come here because it was nice and warm here, but so
Yeah.
I told them, I said obviously we want the grand opening here Memorial Day, so
Yeah.
Hopefully within a week or so they're moving in, and then we can move forward.
Okay. Great. Okay, thanks, Scott. Okay, let's move to item 3, resolution awarding construction services for the Lowe's Park improvement projects to Land Serv. Mr. Memmy, welcome.
Good afternoon, everybody. Before you is a resolution to approve and award Land Serv the contract for the Lowe's Park project. There were 3 bids submitted, one by Land Serv, one by John Plar Excavating, and one by Columbia Excavating Landserv was the lowest bid at $384,471.50. All three bids were within about $25,000 of each other.
Mhm.
The bids were reviewed by Larson Design Group for completeness and were forwarded to the city solicitor for legality. Hoping that council will move this forward on Thursday night upon your recommendation, and that we can get this project started as quickly as possible. I also gave you a cost tally sheet
Mhm.
that's showing that the overall cost of this project with a contingency would be in the neighborhood of $437,426, and that the funding available is a DCNR grant for $145,000, and a total contribution from CDBG funding for $300,000. So we have sufficient funds to move this project forward and get it built. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Great, thank you, Skip. Vince, you have anything on this?
No, I have no comments at this point in time.
Okay,
Thank you.
Skip, so we amended the original plan. There's no other amendments other than what we saw last time then.
We had to amend the Landserv contract for an additional $1,300 due to the fact that we recommended rejection of the original bid.
Right,
And you did that as far as we can ascertain. It looks like everything is contained and we shouldn't have any more problems
right,
relevant to the construction of this project with the dollar amounts. We have the funding, we will have the funding in place to pay for it.
okay, to do the scope that we last looked at, the scope
Yes,
of the
sir.
project. Okay, great. All right, I don't have any other questions then. Is there a motion on this?
Make a motion to pass this to the full body of council with a positive recommendation.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Skip. Item 4, any related items? Is there anybody from the administration that has anything else to offer or say? Okay. Hearing and seeing none, I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Hope that was
Take care.
convenient for you. Take care. See you Thursday night.